on your left. Only a master of evil, God.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Half Past Sheev?
Half of the past of the sheev.
Why did you say that name?
It's his mother's name.
You see this biscuity cookie? See, now you know I know Krav Maga, right?
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Do it.
Do you ever just see something so beautiful with so much potential, and then you think to yourself, hyperspace tracking? Oh, God. I'm sure everyone listening to this is going to be very surprised with this episode and possibly the title of this episode.
We
recently
reevaluated our thoughts on the sequel trilogy.
The sequel trilogy have really been sitting in my thoughts for a long time, and I have been convincing myself, and I still think that they are fine.
Yeah, I think we've passed the denial stage of depression, or whatever it's called, and now we're on the acceptance. Or no. Yeah, acceptance, basically. Basically, of accepting what the fuck we have from what they gave us.
I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon of all the people that hate it. And
I think we could, decanonize it.
It's like... That side is all I can say, because...
It really is a crime.
It really is, because if you look at it, even if you're talking about post Return of the Jedi.
Right.
Now that has been anticipated for what, like 30 years?
Some shit like that.
Maybe not 30 years, right? Star Wars came out in the late 70s, correct?
I think so.
So that would be using quantum math and a little bit of physics.
Carry
and
the
a
one.
razzle dazzle of American studies.
Oh.
I don't know the answer. A long fucking time.
Multiple, older than us.
Older than us in a galaxy far away.
Oh.
It's... You know how long fans have been waiting? We had the EU, but it's not the same. To see Luke on the big screen as a Jedi, and people have waited so long to just see all of that. Is Han Force sensitive? All that.
Yeah.
People were thinking about that.
Leia Force sensitive? That was, one of the biggest questions, too, because, you're my sister. And you're like, yeah. What?
I remember knowing for quite a while that the EU would eventually be taken out, because I remember when
Disney... because there's fucking shit everywhere. That's why.
Yeah,
it's because they're
if they wanted to make movies, that they would have to take the EU
Right,
out.
they'd have to take the whole reins, yeah. But if you guys don't know what we're trying to say.
Okay, so they come in with The Force Awakens.
They come in strong, I think.
Well, yes,
I personally have
agree.
no issues with Force Awakens.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree, and I just want to bring up a point later on. But, yeah, I know I'm going to get hate for this, but The Force Awakens is probably my third favorite Star Wars movie.
Oh, shit, okay.
With an update, I might have mentioned before, it's my favorite sequel movie. I probably would say, right now, I got Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi, Force Awakens, Empire. I could basically agree with that. Don't fucking come for me, homie. And then I probably would say Attack of the Clones, probably Rise of Skywalker, and then Attack of the Clones.
I don't know, that one's a little bit harder for me. I'd have to think about it a little bit more. And that's the thing is that
Rise
I feel
of Skywalker is a pleaser, but when you think about it for too long, it starts to fuck your head.
Yeah, it really starts to fuck it
But,
up.
if we go back to it, we got Force Awakens. I think that's a stellar movie.
I do.
I think it might not be a perfect movie from your critic standpoint.
No,
but
for sure.
I thought from a story standpoint, it starts off in a perfect time to start off coming back to these characters. We got the new Empire rising, which I feel like some people were kind of like, why the fuck? The Empire's already back, but bro, it's been 30 years.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, yeah.
There's all
and Star Wars is always known for having fucking big-ass time jumps between them. You're like, oh.
It starts off wonderful. Luke is gone, and we get Rey, and then blah, blah, blah. I thought Finn was the Jedi throughout it, and then all of a sudden Rey's the Jedi. Because, once you saw Rey throughout the movie, you kind of assumed that she would be it. But in the trailers, I was like, whoa, look at that Jedi.
Yeah, because he was having... He held the lightsaber the most.
They showed the scene where he held it on Starkiller Base in the trailer.
Which, technically, he might become one later on, but that's a whole different topic.
I want to think about that. But, like, it was perfect. I remember leaving the theater, and the only issue I had with that movie was the fact that Kylo was beaten down so easily. But then when you really think about it, like you were telling me earlier...
Yeah, Chewbacca's giant fucking bolt that basically one-shots people, and he got fucking hit with that.
He killed his dad.
He's emotionally destroyed. You know.
And he's finding, like you said, the Force diet. How did you...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she was the Force diet, so, you know, that obviously they were technically equal in power, so to speak. She just wasn't as trained, and I understand that. But a weakened Kylo with somebody who is basically trained at least with a staff, obviously, and lived on, like... basically in the slums of whatever the fuck Jakku, I would understand that she knows at least how to handle a weapon somewhat, especially a staff-like weapon. Yeah. So it's like it makes sense that she was able to best him in that.
Well, think about it like this. I know this is kind of a stupid analogy, but like a pro boxer that's been shot, just killed his father, versus a guy that's lived in the streets and has fought in the streets, and now... they're fighting. Yeah.
No, that's true. And that's basically what I think. Yeah, it's basically like...
And then they magically have some dyad to equal their powers out. Oh. So that, yeah, it's kind of like that. So that's why I'm like, The Force Awakens, from start to finish, and some people don't like this, but I love how it parallels A New Hope and Return of the Jedi very well.
Right.
More A New Hope, but then the ending with like the Starkiller base, how they had to go on and like
right.
take down the...
Well, even then, A New Hope was still kind of... Well, yeah, I guess...
Yeah, it was more Return of the Jedi.
But well, no, only because... I feel like A New Hope at the end of it, they still destroyed the first Death Star. So I will say it's probably definitely more of a New Hope.
Yeah. But the way they took the shields
they had to like go
straight out Return of the Jedi. Yeah. But I thought it was great, and I remember we had 2 years to sit on that movie. We had 2 years to sit on Rey
and just
standing
let it stew in your fucking head
with the lightsaber handed out, and Luke looking awesome.
Seeing him for the first time in fucking 30 years, basically ish.
Let me take you back to you being in the fucking theaters. Kylo Ren walks out with this dope ass music. He looks amazing. I'm sure we've talked about. I'm positive
sure we've talked about.
Shoots a blaster, he catches it. And
that was one of the
coolest. He's hunting for Luke Skywalker because he's missing.
And then the first thing is like, you can't hide from what is your family. And he's like, you were so right. And at first you're like, what the fuck does that mean? Oh my God. And you're like trying to guess, and you're like, all right, whose kid is this?
Dude, it started off wonderful, and we had that brewing in our heads for years. 2 years. Not
true.
Like
we're thinking, okay,
well, then
Han's
we got
dead.
Rogue One.
Exactly. Well, true, but we're thinking Han's dead. Yeah. Kylo Ren is their child, and he's fucking doing whatever now.
This is me before the night explaining to you, dude. I'm literally like, epic fight with Luke and Rey against the Knights of Ren and Kylo.
That's what we needed. Yeah. No. Right after Force Awakens, this is what I expected, basically.
I was expecting Snoke to be a beast in that.
Yeah.
So I that's probably all the expectations I had, but just, oh my God, I think it's fair to say that I now have a new someone I hate more than Zack Snyder.
True.
In Rian Johnson.
Yes.
Who we have recently said that he's good at making other movies than the Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I can't deny that. I can't deny that. He's good at making other movies. I mean, at least the one that I've seen, which was Knives Out.
But he did such a horrible thing to
did.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the rest of the trilogy, The Last Jedi just fucks it.
Oh, yeah.
The reason why any flaws in The Rise of Skywalker besides the Palpatine-Rey fight at the end,
right? Everything
in that movie that is fucked is because of The Last Jedi.
Oh, for sure. And that's the thing. They might not even had that idea to go with that.
No.
You know, maybe they were going to do something else. But even if they did stick with the same exact story they had...
I'm almost convinced that Palpatine wouldn't have returned.
I'm kind of thinking the same as well. J.J. Abrams supposedly came out before the movie came out, and he was like, no, he didn't mess up anything. And then afterwards he came out and was like, yeah, he fucked up a lot of shit. So,
yes,
who knows what he was going to do.
100% he did.
But I think even if they stuck with the same exact story and just had the second and third movie to lay it all out, it would have been way better. Way better.
Yeah, exactly. If they could have had Palpatine.
And I'm pretty sure we've said this before, but now we're thinking of it so much recently that we're just like, fuck. It's so fucked.
Yeah, it fucks it like horrible.
It is. It does.
Horrible. Like, let me just paint the picture for you. So, I don't know exactly how I would have had this movie pan out, like scene to scene. I would have had Rey, what's his name? Finn and Poe and Leia and the Republic kind of do their own thing and have a cool mission, maybe this would have been the time to have them go to Coruscant. Maybe not. That's kind of weird to go to Coruscant in the second movie. But go somewhere maybe familiar. Do something where they're having a meaningful adventure together that's not just running away from them.
That's a thing for me,
and then
too.
they could survive at the end of this battle while Rey is training with Luke. But let me just get this.
That's right. No, go ahead.
But what we needed was, I think Snoke should have been more alluded to in this movie, just as the Emperor was in the original trilogy, and then shown in the 9th movie, and he could have been an ancient, like, Sith awesome dude that he was really cool. From the Outer Rim.
Right.
And, what was I saying? Oh, Luke. What would have happened is Luke would have taken the lightsaber, but said some cool things, and then eventually trained her and been like, are you sure? Maybe he could have been like, you don't want to be a Jedi.
Yeah, he could have been a little bit more standoffish.
Like a dick, like, you don't want to be a Jedi. Like everyone I trained died or something like that. Right. Like more like sincere, not like
more like saying
you.
it's a burden. More
and he's
than
not
like,
sucking
fuck you,
alien
bitch.
titties or anything. He's just like normal. We can get rid of the pores.
Green milk.
We can have an actual cool temple on this planet. Maybe
that would have been really cool.
And then he trains her. And she actually gets pretty good. And let's say this actually maybe is a long time. Maybe it's like 5 months or something she's training. I don't know. Maybe they could have done that. They could have, because we need Rey to get some quality training in.
Yeah.
So maybe
and that's part of the big reason too. I was trying to say
it would have made it feel like a movie instead
that's
of
what I'm
a
saying.
comic book. Like I was telling you.
Yeah. We were watching this basically like Star Wars collection timeline thing. Which, by the way, the way he explained it made the sequel trilogy sound fucking amazing.
It was just a full timeline of all the pieces.
Right, and the guy was just explaining through it, all of Star Wars, basically going through the comics, the books, everything.
Yeah, and he was explaining comic arcs, and they sounded more complex than The Last Jedi did. The Last Jedi sounded like a fucking 4-series comic book.
Seriously, it was so awful. But what I was trying to say is, part of the reason that I feel like the sequel trilogy just feels off to me as well is that you don't have that many connections to the old. So I feel like the way that it's trying to end the Skywalker saga is like you don't have a connection to like the only connection to Darth Vader is Vader's helmet. Like to Anakin is Vader's helmet. Luke and Leia technically, but they needed more connections. With
I
the rest of the Star
100%
Wars.
agree. They needed to allude more to Vader, and in The Last Jedi, 100%. It was cool how they're like the heir to Vader, but then he died immediately.
And you know what? I will pick this up as well. Is that they didn't say anything. Realistically, they never really mentioned Lord Vader. I guess they did.
Vader and all his cool powers out the window.
True, and they only said like you will never be as strong as Lord Vader and stuff like that. That kind of brought him up. But realistically, they never talked about the Emperor until the 6th movie, or the 9th movie, as far as I'm concerned. And then they barely ever talked about Vader except for a few mentions. So that's another reason why I feel like the 9th movie felt so weird, is that through first 2 movies of a 3-movie trilogy,
Obi-Wan Kenobi,
no mention of Obi-Wan, no mention of fucking Vader, no mention of the Emperor, besides saying the old Empire, now First Order.
What I would have loved is within her training, we see her do some cool training. Maybe she lifts an X-Wing out of the water or something. Like maybe
that'd be kind of cool.
Maybe Luke jumps on Rey's back and they climb some trees.
Obviously.
The usual.
Yeah,
I would have loved to see her like reading through some old textbooks.
Luke crawls in, grabs some of her food, starts eating it.
Yeah, right?
She's like, get the fuck off, old man.
I would have loved to see like her reading through some books and maybe him like explaining some lessons that Obi-Wan taught him,
so
alluding
cool.
kind of like unifying everything together. That would have been fucking awesome. And then he can maybe like be like, what is this? Like because I remember reading a thing how he read about Darth Maul and be like, allude to that. And then what needed to happen was Kylo and the Knights of Ren find them. They go to the island. They have an epic fucking fight.
So that the Knights of Ren are actually doing something besides just looking
dope
cool.
as fuck.
They look fucking cool.
And then you see how powerful Luke is taking on. Maybe we could say Luke is taking on like Kylo and a few Knights of Ren, and then Rey is maybe taking on like 2 Knights of Ren,
right.
and then Luke is taking on a majority of them with Kylo, and you see how fucking powerful he is, and that can settle our top 5 Jedi debate for us.
True.
And then Rey's lightsaber gets destroyed in the mix, maybe by Kylo, and maybe the Resistance comes to save Rey or something. Maybe
you mean Anakin's lightsaber?
Yeah, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, that was a horrible mistake of me. But
sorry.
She has to leave somehow. Maybe she's going to jump in the X-Wing or something, and she can't, they both can't leave because they're going to attack them, and Luke's like, go and like save the galaxy or something.
Bring
balance. He'll be like, bring balance back to the Force because balance is
that'd be pretty
already
cool.
found. Bring balance back to the Force, and he fucking ignites his lightsaber against all the Knights. Maybe a few of them died. Maybe there's like a fragment of the Knights of Ren left. Kylo Ren's like battle torn. Maybe like it looks really cool. Luke is battle torn, and Luke dies like that. Maybe Luke takes down 4 Knights of Ren, damages Kylo pretty well, but then the Knights of Ren and Kylo Ren overwhelm him because Kylo is powerful in his own, and Kylo kills him as well.
That'd be really cool.
Making his redemption in the 9th movie so much more.
True.
Because like Anakin and Vader, they've done really big tragedies and destroying planets and killing Han and Luke and killing younglings and shit. So that would have been so wonderful.
That would have been so cool.
So fucking wonderful. And then the fight would have had to be choreographed properly.
Yeah. That's the thing, is that a lot of the fights in the sequel trilogy are kind of meh. I mean, don't get me wrong, like realistically in the original trilogy,
I think it was just
there
the Last
wasn't
Jedi.
too
I
great.
think that the fight between Kylo in the 7th movie and the Kylo and Rey, the 7th and the 9th movie were fine.
Yeah, they were pretty good. Yeah, oh yeah. They weren't like transcending anything or being like, they weren't like the best. Actually, I will say the 9th one was really good, I will say. I'd probably say one of the best duels as well.
Yeah.
But the other ones, and I don't even think there was a lightsaber duel technically against each other, at least in the 7th one, right? They were just fighting the guards, which...
But then the Luke versus Kylo was good, but it was like nothing.
There wasn't really a fight. I feel like it was just kind of them standing there and talking. Which, like, don't get me wrong, again, the symbolism and all that shit, cool, whatever. But...
So yeah, it's like fine, but it's just not as good as it could have been.
No. And that's the thing, is that you just have to kind of take what you get. But
we just have to hope that they can get enough stuff to fix it, you know.
yeah.
But
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, even watching that video and he was reading from the expanded version of Rise of Skywalker, it made so much more sense. They fucking went into it and actually talked about why Palpatine's back, how he's back, what he was doing, why his clone looks like fucking awful. Like, they didn't say any of that in the movie, so you're just like, oh, what? Like, you think... I'm almost guaranteeing you most people...
You're like, Palpatine has a son? Like,
Yeah,
why is
and
he
then-
called his son?
And that's another thing, is that...
He's not even her grandfather.
Yeah, technically she's not even...
Technically his, like, son. I mean, daughter in a sense.
Yeah, that's true, technically. But, like, if you think about it, too... Fuck, I was about to say something. Oh, no. It's leaving my head. Oh, no, yeah. Most people who don't, like, read or, like, listen or whatever to any of the expanded stuff have no idea. So when Palpatine came back, they were like, how the fuck did he survive the fall and explosion of the Death Star? They probably think that's his original body. So it's like...
And then they're just going to think it's stupid.
That's what I'm saying.
It's stupid.
Which I think is pretty stupid. Again, if they did it, it would be fine, but they just...
Well, okay,
we're saying this again, The Last Jedi fucked everything up.
It did.
The first movie, you had a clear vision, mostly clear vision of what was going to come in the future.
Let me ask you this. So in our perfect universe, we have The Force Awakens exactly how it was.
Yeah,
and then we have that movie that I kind of explained kind of roughly, but we know the key points is the Skywalker lightsaber destroyed.
Yes.
Okay? Luke dead in an amazing fight.
Yeah.
Rey leaves.
Actually, to be honest, it'd be cool if, at least for me, if he holds Anakin's lightsaber for like the last time and uses it when he dies, and then that's how it gets destroyed as well.
Love it.
That'd
Okay,
be
so
cool.
Luke's lightsaber is disabled or thrown or something. He loses it, and then he somehow gets Rey's light, or Rey hands it to him as she tries to escape or something.
They could have called it The Last Skywalker instead. Because he was technically the
Something
last Skywalker.
I like The Last Jedi. I honestly like the name of
The Last Jedi I think sounds cool. Don't get me wrong.
because he's like the last pure Jedi, technically.
Right.
Kind of what Rey would then be if she's truly trained by Luke. And he holds Anakin's lightsaber. Maybe he could resemble his father or something, and he fucking fights on. Like, that would be such a great death for him. But... And then at late, Rey maybe unites with the fucking rebellion, sparking the rebellion, kind of how they did at the end of the Last Jedi. But
and that's, for me personally, I know you said you didn't really like it, but I feel like if she somehow had Luke's lightsaber instead, and like took it back, she doesn't have to use it. Like maybe it's damaged beyond repair or something, and she takes the crystal or some shit.
I don't like
but
that.
I think that'd just be cool to bring it back and be like, because everybody's like, well, where's Luke? And then she brings it back and says he's dead. Like, you know, this is like the last relic of him.
I feel like that's
is the
stupid.
lightsaber.
I don't have the problem with that. If she brings back both, I feel like it's stupid if they're swapping. That's honestly.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
stupid.
Yeah, like why would she have that?
I think
that's true.
I think I want to ask you this, and maybe I'll explain after. But after that, where would you go with the 9th movie?
Oh, fuck. Well, that's the thing, too, because we'd have to set something up in the 7th movie. I haven't thought about
That's why I'm
what
saying
detail.
we allude to Snoke in it, but you're like, okay, we don't know Snoke's like master plan in a sense,
Right.
And then we could be like,
Well, that's the
Snoke-
thing. Are we... So,
I
for
think
me...
Coruscant.
You can Well, I'm thinking
Bring back
more of...
Coruscant and have Snoke and the First Order invade Coruscant, have a war in Coruscant, kind of like in Duel of Fates.
That'd be pretty cool.
But let's say this: 5-year gap.
And then, yeah.
Rey has a yellow lightsaber, double-sided blue, double-sided yellow. I don't care.
It's cool. She should have a double-sided lightsaber because it just makes sense.
It
That'd be
should-
really cool.
Whichever one. I don't care. I'm fine with the blue if you just want to keep it normal. Just like Duel of Fates.
Right, right.
We get the Coruscant, but Kylo's not going to stay evil. That's what I hated about that script.
Oh, for the
Yeah, for the Duel of Fates
Duel of
or
Fates,
whatever.
right,
But
right.
then let's say they have some like epic fight, and then let's...
and Hux commits seppuku.
Yeah,
with his lightsaber collection.
With his purple lightsaber. Of course, they can have an epic battle there. Leia could die, maybe in the same way to turn. That would make sense to turn Kylo, and maybe it could kind of resemble the Return of the Jedi, where they're all three in a room together, and maybe it could be the Chancellor's fucking room.
That'd
From
be
the
cool.
prequels, they could do that there, and then they turn, and then they fight fucking Snoke.
So who do you want Snoke to be in the end? Like, does he have to be Snoke, or do you just want him to be a new guy?
I think making him Plagueis would be kind of stupid.
I'm gonna say, would it? Well, at the same time, it would be kind of interesting because, like, realistically, especially if it could just be like Palpatine be like he never mastered how to save himself, but it's like, what if he actually did? And that's like him. That's why he looks so gross and grotesque.
So if
and everything
we were to go in that direction, we would have to allude to that throughout the 8th and 9th movie.
True.
So we'd have to kind of work that in. But if not, I don't have a problem with Snoke just being an ancient Force fucking villain. That's completely fine. And then you can go back and make things kind of like how they did with, what's his name? Thrawn. They made things where Anakin as a Jedi meets Thrawn as like not, like they kind of can go back and like see like,
well, that's the thing
maybe
too.
Maybe this guy learned from an ancient Sith and he went into hiding after they lost to some Jedi in the High Republic or something. And he's been hiding in here.
Well, that could
for
be a thing too. It
years.
could be like, you know, in the 7th movie, it could be like Luke's like, oh, like talking about how Snoke he never like thought as like a threat or something like that. Because in the comics, you know, he was saying, oh, like Snoke approached me, and I was like, whatever.
Powers.
Right. And he's like, and then you know he turned, and I learned like he came to Ancho maybe to learn more about him because if he is an ancient like being or something like that, then maybe like he was back from when Ancho was there, and that's why he went there. You know, like people think he ran, but he actually went to try to find out how to defeat the foe or some shit like that, and that makes him seem like less of like deserting and shit.
Yeah.
But like obviously he could still have conflict and everything like that, which would still be interesting. But
I feel like we just gave kind of a rough.
oh, for sure,
Like
it's a fucking rough ass draft. But personally, I think overall those plot points sound better.
Right, like I
mean,
do
obviously
like
in the 9th
Battle
movie,
of
that's something we
Coruscant.
have to think about a little bit more. But
Yeah, I mean, I do like the Battle of Coruscant, and I don't know how
they need to bring back at least something from the old movies. Like all of them, you know, it's especially since you're bringing this back after so long of, you know, it's been since what the last Star Wars movie before Force Awakens was probably 90 something, or no, 2000, right? We're in like 2007, 2003. Okay, so we're looking 12 years.
Yeah.
12-year gap between that. Like you could go back to like the prequels and be like, hey, like here's this planet. Like you don't have to obviously like be like, oh, the prequels, but it'd be just interesting to kind of allude to things from the old Star Wars to show that, hey, I'm revived, like in Disney's own defense, that they're trying to revive it and basically continue the story.
Yeah, it would have been awesome on Coruscant, seeing Coruscant again.
I know.
And then
Coruscant's
how
one of the
about
coolest
this?
ones.
They win, whatever. Kylo, now Ben again, came back.
Lives.
They kill Snoke together. Now, at the end of the movie, instead of showing us her burying the lightsabers, and let's just say Leia never even trained as a Jedi.
Yeah, I was gonna say we
even
don't
need
really
that.
need that too much. But it kind of makes sense too. So like if we had it a little bit, like alluding to it, obviously since she's
Fine,
gone,
yeah.
obviously that's different. But
That's not hard to put
say her actor survived and everything, that'd be fine to put it in. Maybe you'll see her doing some kind of Force things at some point too.
Yeah.
Completely fine to put in because it'd be
And she's not
understandable.
pulling herself into a ship and stuff like
God,
that.
flying fucking to a ship.
But what I think would have been a better ending opposed to her on Tatooine was... I actually have two locations for this.
Okay.
So, it would literally show, this would be years in advance, it would show Rey with her yellow lightsaber, like we see her double-sided one, and then it would show Kylo as Ben with Anakin's lightsaber that he took from Luke after he killed him, which it's kind of fucked up, but like whatever, man. Like we could work that out, how he redeemed himself. And
yeah, but I mean, it makes sense too, because in the 7th one, he's like, "That's mine," and like he was trying to say like that was his legacies.
Well, I know the
Rey.
lightsaber is fine, but I feel like it's kind of like, can you ever forgive him for that? But it's like, yes,
well,
maybe we could kind of say like
depends.
Snoke was kind of controlling him in a sense. We could
Right.
figure some things out. But
Right.
point blank, is they're the dyad still. She has her double-sided yellow lightsaber, and he has modified Anakin's crystal to be yellow. So he has Anakin's hilt, but it's a yellow lightsaber,
That'd be
and
cool.
they're the dyad together. And then it shows them with maybe their fucking children. I don't know. Maybe other students.
That'd be cool.
Are their new? I want some sort of new student Jedis that they're training like younglings,
Right.
And then either a Jedi temple on the island that Luke was on,
Ancho,
or
whatever.
Tatooine.
That'd be cool.
Really
That'd be
cool, right? That would
interesting.
bring everything
But-
full circle, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
kinda?
if they went back to the Skywalker like farm and turned that into a
made
turn
it
that
kind of
into
like a
fucking,
look like that kind of same
Yeah.
like structure, but they have like a temple and it's
Yeah.
them, and then maybe Leia's there as like the old like master.
that'd
so-
be really cool.
dude.
But like the thing is, like I remember you were saying this about Kylo before. Is like, is he redeemable at that point? Like, can they?
Because
Because
then he would have killed Luke way worse.
Yeah, he would have killed Luke a lot way.
Oh, and Leia would
worse.
be dead. Leia would be dead, so she wouldn't be there because she
True.
killed herself to bring Kylo back. But,
Right.
But like I said, we
But
could
would
be
we
like,
have need that?
we could
at
be
that
like,
point?
yeah,
Like what? There could have been something else that brought him back.
yeah,
in a way,
yeah, no,
you know?
totally. But we could have made Leia live for sure. I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, we could have had, like I said, Snoke was maybe controlling.
Right, or like he has like just such a big influence over his mind, and that like he finally broke free or something like that. True, that it's just there's a lot of different routes you could do it. Obviously, that's the thing. There were so many fucking different ways to do it.
I think what
And
we
they
just,
picked
what we
one
just
of the
talked
worst
about
ways.
is beautiful.
I think it'd be great if it
I
was
want
obviously
to-
more developed and fucking
Yeah,
actually
obviously
fleshed out and
thoroughly
everything.
thought through,
Right.
but I think Endgame, them having a Jedi temple on Tatooine where
That'd be
Anakin is
cool.
originally
And
from.
What
and
I
now-
think would be pretty cool is him getting in the Millennium Falcon and basically wearing like Han Solo's vest and shit and having that lightsaber. I think that'd look. I feel like his overall would be kind of cool. But
Yeah.
that's obviously just like fucking
know.
fan art. I'm basically thinking. I'm sure
I'm trying to
somebody's
think
done
of
it
how
out
we
there.
could fit. Or maybe we don't. Maybe he gets to be kind of dressed like Han with his
Right.
lightsaber on his hilt. But yeah. Like kind of a black Han Solo type, kind of like
Right.
how he looked in that the Rise of Skywalker comic, how he had that first outfit they gave him.
Right. Yeah,
Maybe
kind
it
of
looks
like
like that with his lightsaber, so it's like a Han Solo Jedi hybrid look.
Right.
And then it shows the palace with the Millennium Falcon like parked like right next to it or something,
Right.
kind of. That would
pretty
be
cool.
beautiful.
But that's the thing is that when you think about it too, like would Chewie ever forgive him? Stuff like that. I mean, to be fair,
Chewie can die in the Battle of Coruscant.
No,
so we don't
to be
have worry
fair,
about that.
even if Chewie's alive, which I'd be fine with Chewie surviving, it would be interesting to see it later on then, is like, oh, you think everything's good, but then everybody's probably thinking like, but how is everybody going to react to this? And then you have the continuation and do either like the show or more movies or anything like that with all of them together, and then you see like the conflict of everybody's not exactly accepting Ren and stuff like that. That'd be kind of interesting to go into
I
as
think
well.
if we were to end that way, Chewie wouldn't be nowhere near the Jedi Temple in the first place, kind of like
Well, that's
Han and
true.
Chewie didn't go near Luke's Jedi Temple.
That's true.
I think we'd have to kill off either Chewie or Leia in that movie.
Or Lando and Chewie can take the Falcon and go do something
Or we could just
else.
not bring Lando back at all. We could do that. That's a high possibility.
Lando's fine.
Well, yeah, whatever, man. He can just stay in the original trilogy.
I know. I would be fine with that too. But if they bring him back, they bring him back. He does whatever and leaves.
But you would have just... I feel like you could have just ended the Skywalker movies for sure then. We wouldn't need... Like, right now we need 3 more movies with Rey to fix it.
Well, that's the thing.
But-
We need something. We need literally something to repair what has happened. Because these 3 movies, just these 3 movies, everything else they've made, completely fine from what I can tell. Besides Resistance is kind of meh. Yeah, the 2 movies. Yeah, excuse me. Everything else they made, completely fine. I'd be completely fine with saying that's a decent part of Star Wars. You know, they've continued on to the they've expanded the original trilogy more, put stuff in between, stuff like that. Cool. But the 2 movies that left the sour taste of what's supposed to come in the future, they need to do something with. And sometime soon, hopefully.
I agree.
Because as it is now, it's fucked. It's totally fucked.
Also,
Uh-oh.
one more point to our hypothetical story.
Okay.
Battle of Coruscant, symbolizing them celebrating on Endor. They're happy. Kylo is embraced. Ben has embraced.
Gently caressed by...
Let's just say that Snoke is so powerful that he had some kind of like thing in his head, and maybe we figure out. So he's kind of way easier to be able to redeemed. Okay, let's just say that.
Okay.
So everyone's happy, whatever, and we get to see the fucking boys. We get to see Anakin. We get to see Luke. We get to see Obi-Wan. We get to see Yoda.
That'd be so cool.
Just keep it at that. We don't need any voices, bullshit. These are the only guys that actually know how to be a fucking Force ghost.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that all of them wouldn't just be like... I mean, like, I understand it's supposed to be becoming, like, one with the Force, but at least... That's another thing that fucking killed me in Rise of Skywalker, is Leia just became a Force ghost. I mean, maybe Luke taught her, who knows, whatever, but Ben became supposedly maybe a Force ghost. We don't know what happened to him, but... They're just, like, everybody's disappearing left and right. Like, bro. Like, what the fuck? Everybody's becoming Force ghosts now. It's just like a fucking... It's like Dragon Ball Z. You'll understand that reference, but everybody's fucking turning Super Saiyan. And it's like, what the fuck? I mean, again, maybe something's different with Ren, because you didn't see him at the end, so maybe that's supposed to allude to, like, something else happened to him. But...
Oh my God.
I feel like becoming one with the Force was something you had to learn, at least from what I understood. Maybe not becoming one with the Force, but at least learning how to become a Force ghost was something you had to learn. So... I don't know. I don't know. But it would be super cool. What you said, though, would be really cool to have the Skywalkers, basically, and then Obi-Wan and Yoda and, like, the big main Jedis basically just standing there like, yo, what's up? To show, like, the line of teaching, too, because it's technically started with, like, Yoda, who taught, not exactly straight on Obi-Wan, but he ended up technically teaching Obi-Wan in a way.
Who taught Qui-Gon.
Yeah. And then who taught Anakin, who then... Well, actually, he didn't really teach anybody, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Obi-Wan then taught Luke.
Yeah, Obi-Wan who taught Anakin, who had
Luke.
Luke, who then Obi-Wan taught, and Yoda also taught.
It's just a bunch of all the Jedi that it just kind of brings it full circle.
All the main Jedi, basically, that were all together.
And then they're back on Coruscant, too.
Which is
even more, like, way more.
Maybe they're in the remnants of, like, the Jedi Temple or some shit.
And on the last note, to fucking finish this, like, 30-minute rant we just had.
32-minute.
is Rey can be no one.
Yeah, that's completely fine with me.
That's completely fine because look, the Force is balancing Kylo out, so they fucking made her.
Yeah, I like that.
Maybe she's just made pure of the Force, kind of like Anakin.
Yeah,
it can happen again. She doesn't have to be like the pure, like, chosen one like Anakin, but she can be another fucking strong Force user. Because
like it would make sense because, you know, hypothetically, because Ben Solo is a descendant of Anakin. It's a possibility that he's just fucking insanely strong, and the Force is like, okay, I need something to balance this out because you have fucking Snoke, who is supposed to be super powerful. Maybe Ren, who is fucking really powerful. Right. Then Luke's also there, who's super powerful as well. But then it's like, well, we need somebody else because there's two evil, one good. You need one more to basically balance out. And they're like, fuck it, make this other thing because Luke's not gonna have any more children, or not gonna have any children. So that would make sense to have, you know, 2 and 2 like that, and that would be completely fine with me. Still, you could even keep the Force dyad. That's still really cool. I thought that was a really cool idea that they put out there, and fuck, we just had to get this rant out because we've been thinking about this for days. I feel like at this point.
Oh my god, my gain's been at fucking 2 for a while. Bro,
you fucking all this sound up, bro?
I hope not.
I'll fix it in post. No, I won't.
Let's go to fucking ad break, and we're gonna just talk some other shit after this.
Yes, we're sorry if we talk to you about Star Wars, but you know how we are. We love Star Wars. Everything is fucking had Star Wars at this point.
Yeah, I mean...
we might even talk about more after this ad break. But ad break...
Probably just gonna talk about different Star Wars stuff.
See you soon.
Well, on to better Star Wars topics.
Hopefully.
I mean... I've seen multiple sources saying it's confirmed. Who knows? It probably is fucking confirmed, but rumor has it we're getting a show that is a sequels to Rebels.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
It's basically going to be like the Clone Wars equivalent of post-Return of the Jedi. So it's going to be like the gang after Return of the Jedi.
Which would be pretty cool because you had...
Hey, wait. Even better, it's going to be in Clone Wars animation.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Like that?
Oh, thank the Lord.
They need to make this show, and then they need to give us a fucking show to save the sequels.
That's
we need
true.
a Clone Wars caliber show to save the sequels.
Well, that might be what they're planning, because they might be doing something after Return of the Jedi to try to make up for some. Yeah. to try to make up for some things that they might have not done in the sequel. Because we don't know what timeline it's doing, because you have fucking 30 years between that. So if they're doing right in the middle or closer to...
Hold your cock.
Force Awakens.
We're going to see Luke Skywalker in the show. There's no doubt we're not going to see him.
Okay, but to be fair, if we only see
What if we see Luke and Leia as a Jedi?
Oh my god, that'd be so cool.
What if we get that timeline?
If they only show us... what if Ezra is one of his Padawans and then he gets killed?
No,
Kylo Ren.
No, they can't do that because the Rise of Skywalker comic doesn't have it.
Oh, that's right.
He can't be his Padawan. Ezra's gonna be old as shit.
I don't care. Hyperspace whales brought him to the future. But if we...
That's gonna be beautiful. Oh, wait. Do you know they confirmed an Ahsoka live-action show?
Oh, really? Like
Yeah, it's supposed to... I'm pretty sure it's supposed to take place... kind of like after Clone Wars, I think.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
I'm not positive on the timeline. All I know is that we're getting a Ahsoka live-action TV show.
Awesome. Fuck, dude. See, this is what I'm saying. This is what we need, but in the sequel trilogy.
Well, so let's just ignore the sequel trilogy for right now.
And the rest of Star Wars is fucking beautiful.
I mean, you could look at it and be like, that's the weak link. Because we're getting now, we got Clone Wars with Ahsoka, then we get Rebels with Ahsoka as well. And now we're getting the sequel. We're getting the episode in Mando that is probably going to set up that cartoon. We might see we probably are going to see Mando in that cartoon.
That'd be so cool.
And then we're going to get the Ahsoka TV show, which I don't know when that's going to take place.
They need to have Luke be not just like how they had Obi-Wan in Rebels and just have him in like be like
pop up and fucking
just murder them all
Tarkin,
and that was it
or something.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's true. Is Tarkin even still alive?
I don't know.
No, I think he was on the first Death Star, so he's dead.
Yeah, I think.
He was dead.
Puss.
What a push,
Push, boy.
That would be really cool. Yeah. Everything you just said is beautiful. And that's the thing is that, like you said, if you were to... We talked about this before. If you were to take out all of that side shit from the prequels are also a weak link.
Yeah.
Easy.
Shit. They're complete fucking shit.
The original trilogy is the only thing that's been standing up on its own, to be fair. It has almost no side stuff.
Yeah.
Because
without the Clone Wars, the prequels are a bunch of awesome Jedi that are completely wasted
and
General
written
Grievous,
awfully.
Yeah, and look terrible. General Grievous, completely fucking wasted.
Yeah.
Count Dooku, completely
Maul
fucking wasted. Maul fucking destroyed. And then guess what the Clone Wars does? And then there's even more. There's more shit like in between Anakin being confident.
Right. Like getting like kind of like...
The Clone Wars gives it all! We get all of that, and all of it, and we get a fucking Padawan!
I know! So it's like you can't...
And we get show that the clones have feelings. So if they...
true.
If Dave Filoni's making this, Dave Filoni can fucking say... If anyone's gonna say the sequels, it's Dave Filoni.
That's true.
Dave Filoni needs to get the fucking reins...
This is very true.
...of... the entire Star Wars universe.
Everything.
And you know who should be his fucking ruler too? Sam Witwer. That motherfucker is so smart. He knows what the fuck he's talking about.
And he voices the Emperor and Maul, by the way, in Clone Wars.
He needs to fucking be doing something.
Sam Witwer's really cool.
Like, they can fucking fix it. Even if they give us a cartoon that spans alongside the movies... I don't know. That might not.
That might be different, but still, overall, you're right. I've always said this as well. Dave Filoni should be the Kevin Feige of fucking the Star Wars universe. Kevin Feige has done wonders for fucking Marvel, and Dave Filoni needs to come and do the same thing for Star Wars. And if you want to get a close to the Russo brothers, at least from who's doing the best so far,
Marvel.
John Favreau? Yeah, John Favreau. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's been doing the best. Obviously, Mandalorian, I love that. So I want to see more from him. That's what I'm saying. Keep him because he did great in Marvel, and he's so far doing great in Star Wars.
Dude, like, what the fuck was I just going to say? Oh my god, Dave Filoni understands characters. He understands we like reoccurring characters. We build relationship with these characters. He understands characters' relationships with other characters.
And he understands the Star Wars universe better than anybody besides George Lucas.
Yes! Like, he understands we finally got to see the emotion between Ahsoka, Rex, he just made Maul an amazing character. The Ahsoka Vader battle in Rebels... hands down, my favorite.
Was that Dave Filoni
battle.
as well?
Yeah, Dave Filoni worked on Rebels. I'm not sure, because I see his name in the credits, but you should totally look up who made Rebels, because I know Dave Filoni had a
hand in it.
Yeah.
Well, Dave Filoni, I think, had a hand in some of The Mandalorian, too, if I'm not mistaken. He's had a hand in a lot of things Star Wars.
He needs to have his hand all over Star Wars. Dude, that battle is so fucking amazing.
What, Ahsoka?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to look it up. It's gonna take a second.
Anakin Skywalker's weak. I killed him. Then I will avenge him. Revenge is not the Jedi.
Rebel showrunner Dave Filoni.
Yeah, so Dave
That's
Filoni.
probably why Rebels was fucking fine compared to the fucking Resistance.
Rebels is fucking great. It's a shit because of the animation. That's the only issue I have with it, and some cringy things. Besides the point, revenge is not the Jedi way. I'm no Jedi.
Oh, that is really cool. Fuck, dude. And then, like, so many people have started, like, mashing that together with, like, all of them from Clone Wars and, like, how they talk and everything, like, and how when they last see each other. I saw just, like, a meme or a picture recently that was, like, when they last see each other or something like that before he turns into Vader, and it was, like, Anakin and Obi-Wan saying goodbye and Obi-Wan getting on the transport, and then it was, like, Ahsoka and Anakin saying bye and him leaving to go save the Chancellor. And then it showed Anakin and Obi-Wan, like, fighting or whatever, and then it showed... Or no. Oh, fuck, what did it show? It showed something else for Anakin and Obi-Wan, and then it showed Vader, like, holding Ahsoka's lightsaber, and I was like, oh, that's so sad.
Anyways,
I explained
that's
that picture
great
so bad.
news. That's okay. That's great news, and it gives us some hope.
Gives us hope. Fuck, dude. We just need... And that's the worst part, is that the movies, they're just bombing them so hard right now, they just need to make other things to fix them.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Even if... whatever. Never mind. Just Dave Filoni. They should have had JJ make Force Awakens, and Dave Filoni should have just taken over the 8th and 9th. Dude.
He didn't even need to be the director. He just needed to be the overarching, like... They didn't even need...
No,
they
okay, I'm going to stop you right there. No, they needed him. Because
No.
Dave Filoni could have made the overarching plot, but then we would have gotten quotes like, "They fly now? They fly now!"
No. So I'm not saying like anything like that.
Does she do that to us?
You can still be like a character, like... Because that's what they have, too, is like people who like are kind of the character creators, or not exactly character creators, but people who make sure that everything the characters are saying are supposed to be what that character is. Like,
Okay.
will they actually say it like this? Like, how will they be? Like, there's people who are dedicated to, this is how this character should be, and this is what they are thinking in this moment. He should be that person. They should have had him overarching, be in control of the trilogy, and then having the directors come in and say, okay, like, sure, like, you could have different directors, but have them, you know, follow his plan still, and overarching still make, you know, hit everything he wanted to hit. But fuck, we can't have that because it'd be too great.
Fuck. That's all I have to say about the sequels is but fuck.
This has just been like a Star Wars rant podcast.
Yeah. And you want to know what makes me want to even rant even more about Star Wars?
What?
That Battlefront game last night.
Oh my god, don't even fuck... Okay, we've been getting back into Battlefront 2 after basically the Scarif update. We're like, yeah, we should go back and play it.
No, we've literally played a shit ton. Like, my mall is leveled up to 30. It went from, like, 10 to 30.
Remember
now.
that GTA 5 alien thing? We totally just ended up blowing that off. I was like, fuck it, you want to play Battlefront, bro? Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, the alien thing was fun while it lasted, but then May 15th, everybody was supposed to go to the airport thing. That didn't even happen, so we're like, fuck it, why do we even play this anymore?
Yeah,
We went
everyone
back to
started
Battlefront.
using guns and not melee, and it was just
True.
stupid. They have the, like, giant trucks. It was just dumb. But now we're fucking dope, and we've been playing really good, but then last night came...
And it crushed my hopes and dreams.
I had nightmares about these matches. Like, we kept fighting against... like level like 200
max.
and maxed out like characters. The
Jesus.
worst is when they have Luke. That guy had Luke. They had Finn, Lando, and Han, and they're all maxed out. So they're just like shooting. Oh,
Yeah, they're just fucking shooting you and just rolling away. You can't even hit them. Okay, maybe we're just bad. Somebody tell us, are we just bad? Like, is there a way to actually engage somebody better? Because besides that, I had to fucking freeze them and pull them towards me and stuff like that as Kylo. And it was like, when I did that, it was a little bit easier. But they just kept fucking rolling and everybody else just kept shooting me. So I was like, what am I supposed to do?
But like by the time I'm working them, I could pick up and throw a bunch, but then there's still motherfuckers that are shooting at me and stuff, and like
Well,
by the
that's the
time
thing.
I'm working one guy,
And you
I'm
try to
getting shot
block
at
the
other
blaster
guy.
bolts, but your stamina just fucking it just gets melted. And you're like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do here? And that's the thing about Battlefront, is that sometimes you'll have great games where it's like, okay, this is like a normal team. It's just normal v normal, basically. Like some
We
light
did have an
side,
epic comeback,
some fucking,
bro. We had an
yeah, I
epic
know.
comeback.
We win. Oh,
We were down. We had 1 life. We had 2 lives left.
2 lives
and
left
we had
against like 13 or something.
No, we had
shit,
7
wasn't it?
kills. We had to make 7 kills, which 2
Was that
deaths
it? Was it
left.
7? Okay.
Yeah,
That was
7's
not
a
too
lot, bro.
It is a
For
lot, don't get me wrong. No,
2
yeah, it's still a
lives
lot.
with 4 people dying 2 times is really fucking easy.
Yeah.
And somehow, me and you took over the game
I
single-handedly.
know. We're like,
and
bro, we're doing bad, and then all of a sudden we just like stopped talking for a second. We're like, got this guy.
No.
You get this guy. We got that guy.
No, literally, I just like knew it. I remember running into the battle and seeing you. I came in. I don't know. I did 2 things and I killed 2 guys like instantly. You killed 2 guys, and I think we didn't die at all. I think we
No,
just
we
played a
didn't.
flawless
Yeah.
match. We just
Yeah.
fucking murked them.
Well, flawless match once we had 2 lives left.
Yeah.
It wasn't flawless before that.
That was fucking dope.
That was the beautiful moment, and it's moments like that that make me think Battlefront's such a great game.
Battlefront 2. Yeah, but if anyone's good and they have an Xbox, I'm sorry to
Not too good. We're not that great, so we don't want to bring you down.
We literally just started playing it for the first time ever. Seriously, I kind of played it for like a few weeks when we first started the podcast.
And I mean, I played it like when it first came out and stuff like that, and then it was
Yeah, when it was
trash because of
shit.
microtransactions. Yeah,
But sorry to the PS4 folks. We love you. We'd love to play with you, but
EA doesn't have cross-platform
because EA is the worst company on the planet.
besides Sony.
Yeah, besides Sony.
We like
And,
PS4. To get me wrong, mostly. I actually I respect their exclusives.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
they are holding Spider-Man hostage, and I will never forgive them for that.
But if anyone has Xbox and they main as you cannot main as Luke or Anakin on light side because I main as Luke, you main as Anakin.
Indeed.
We play a mean Luke and Annie.
Oh,
And-
Luke and Annie.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then if
shit.
you can't main as on dark side Maul or Kylo because you play as Kylo, I play.
If
as
anybody's
Maul.
a really good emperor, please, because
Or
fucking the
Boba.
emperors will
Good
melt us.
Emperor or Boba. If we could get both, our team will be wonderful.
Yes,
We need
stacked.
2 guys. We're actively recruiting a Battlefront team. We're gonna fucking play like every other night and just
Esports, have bashing
together.
esports.
Yeah,
Battlefront
just-
2 team.
just fucking don't. Actually, the demo. Oh, we
What?
remember we were gonna go over some stats in the beginning. You
Oh,
want to do
shit.
that?
Should we do? Okay, some stats. Oh yeah. Well, are we finished with our Battlefront 2?
Well, I was gonna say because I was about to say if you're fucking like 12 years old and trash, don't fucking hit us up. But I was about to say like
Aw.
our main age group is let's see.
We're gonna hit you with some cold hard Half Past Sheev facts.
Yeah, so majority of our fans are fans audience. We don't really have fans yet, but our listeners
Hey,
are
maybe they're fans.
I don't know. Are 18 to 22 years old, and then the next, which really close, is 23 to 27. So we got more of an older audience.
Nice. Well,
Um,
technically, like right around my age group, basically.
Yeah, and kind of close to
I
mine.
was
The,
gonna say,
the
yeah.
main one is because I'm 19, and this is 18 to 22 is majority of it. But what I found the most interesting, are we done with Battlefront?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, besides that, again,
Join us, bro.
Join us. Hit us up.
Because think about it. It would be so much better if we have at least one more person that we know is good that we're playing with. So if like a shitty player comes on, it'll be like a better game, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So, and you could get it
And I'm willing to switch a little bit off of Anakin. So if somebody really wants
no,
to,
no.
I'll do-
We
I'll
need
do
to have
Obi-Wan.
no Anakin. He's gonna stay as Anakin. Don't even
But I feel like a
fucking
lot of
try.
people like to play as Anakin.
Fuck
I don't
them.
want to be mean. Continue.
So, what I thought was cool is 53% of our listeners are male, which I thought it would be like 100%.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
Like 90.
We don't want to be
because I know of
sexist.
2
Don't get us
females.
wrong, but
So, all you single ladies that are the 42% listening,
it's your boys.
hit me up. Hit the Instagram at Half Past Sheev. Shit, I'll give you the digits.
He's a single Pringle ready to mingle.
Oh, did I fuck this up?
Uh-oh. What'd you fuck up?
Wee.
Oh, my God.
I'm trying to, I don't know what happened. I had like the list of all, oh, okay, here we go.
You got it?
Yeah, okay, here we go. So another cool, I don't know why we're fucking reading stats
Well,
off
because
on
it's
the
interesting.
podcast.
We
For
think it's
me-
interesting, so.
So we got 91% is from the U.S., obviously, but we've had for the longest time 3% from Canada and 1% from Norway.
Nice.
So that's about like, Canada, it's about like maybe a few people listening every week, and then Norway, it's like one person.
Probably.
And then we got maybe Oui, welcome to the podcast, my French friend.
You do realize oui, I'm pretty sure it just means, like, yes.
I don't fucking know. It sounds French. I like croissants. We got, like, one guy from France that's new, just popped up.
Welcome.
Welcome, France. Get a little firm clap. Now,
Little do you know, it's just a guy who lives in the U.S. and, like, traveled to France, and now...
Whoa.
What?
It gives you the region they're from, because we got a guy...
Oh. Whoa. Don't be saying the specific regions. People might not want that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we got
a guy right out of Chicago.
We got you. We created this podcast just for this.
I will say on YouTube...
We have an Irish fuck.
Oh, I'm Irish.
4%. We got 4% of our listeners are from Ireland, and we love you.
I do like. I actually want to go.
Hey,
I heard it's beautiful.
I love Irish whiskey.
Oh.
Proper 12.
Oh.
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my God.
Leprechaun.
Everything's stereotypically Irish. Jesus.
Majority are on iPhones. Just a fun fact. that to shoot out there.
Well, YouTube. It shows that we have, like, most people from the U.S. Actually, not most. I think it shows, like, 30% from the U.S. And then the rest of it just doesn't show me. It just says 30% from the U.S. and I hit more and it shows me nothing.
You go into the programming. It shows us from, like, Exegol or some shit. Like,
it's Palpatine and all his
Somehow Palpatine has returned.
Somehow Palpatine has returned. Always in the shadows.
Ancient Sith magic.
Oh, shit. He threw his mind to people across the universe. Galaxy, excuse me.
Hey.
They fly now?
800
What?
followers on Instagram.
Oh.
Totally hit the mic.
Hey. 900.
Dude, we're going to
views
have
in
thousands.
total.
Oh, what? 900?
Indeed.
Damn, that is something to fucking... That is to drink to. Suntory whiskey, like 40th week in a row?
I like how we say we like Irish whiskey, but we're drinking Japanese.
Oh, Japanese is so much better. We need to get some Japanese SNRs. Ooh, that's delicious.
Maybe we'll drag them in with our Suntory whiskey review. Hopefully they'll come to us.
True that.
We checked the last episode. It says like 100% listen from Japan.
But 900 views?
I feel like, so far
and
it's been a good
17
season.
episodes?
17 episodes. Well, this is 17th now, obviously. But overall, I think we're doing good. I think I'm liking it. I'm hoping everybody's enjoying it. Obviously, people are, because or else people wouldn't be fucking listening. So,
oops.
We hope that you enjoy it. We hope you like our little update of our analytics.
Yeah. But I mean,
it was a spur of a moment kind of thing. We were like, oh, should we talk about analytics? We were like, fuck yeah, why not?
Well, to be honest, we usually have a game plan. I mean, the only game plan we had for this week was to rant about
Star Wars.
Yeah, so we're just here now, and I got a handful of shit to shoot, so...
Oh, sorry. Please.
How you doing?
Shoot the shit. I'm doing good. There's really not too much that's been on with me, to be honest.
Life.
Yeah, been chilling, living life.
Playing Battlefront.
Yeah, playing Battlefront. I became a CEO. Oh, so GTA was a whole thing, because... This is a funny story about that too. We were like, yeah, we're playing GTA. Green aliens. Let's hop on and fight some green aliens. I'm like, yeah, I gotcha. I remember in the back of my subconscious there was something about GTA on Xbox. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I go on and play. It says you don't own this. I'm like, excuse me. I click it in. You don't own this. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? Then it hits me. I'm like, Frank has my physical copy, and I forgot they took it off of Game Pass. So now we're kind of fucked, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy it. I'm like, why not? I play GTA enough, right? We're playing it a lot. We're getting really into it. Let's just fucking buy it.
We're totally not gonna abandon this game
exactly.
for a Star Wars game.
We're getting real into this.
Not Battlefront 2.
$30, and $30 later, I got GTA. I got the criminal enterprise shit, whatever.
That's
I'm a
great
CEO.
deal, I can't lie.
Yeah, they actually give me a shit ton.
Cars.
Well, the thing is too, the original game is just $30. So it's like, why wouldn't I just buy this other version that has extra shit? Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't just. Like what?
Yeah, you got a cool warehouse. Like, I'd be down to play GTA again. I mean,
I
once
would.
we're tired of Battlefront, we'll hop back on.
But that's the thing, is that we're like literally right after I bought that, we're like, should we just play Battlefront right now? And then we get on Battlefront, we're like, yeah, we're never gonna play GTA again. I'm like,
no, we like randomly played it one night, and we're like
that was literally the same exact night.
Yeah, no,
the same exact night that I bought it.
We're like, this game was like, I was like, this is highly enjoyable.
Yeah, we're like, why do we like this so much
game,
right now?
Because
I
before
remember
it was
not
always
liking
like
it that much.
the really good nerds were playing, and I never played, so I just got raped. So I'm like, this is really fun.
I know.
And I started playing as Luke, and I'm like, Luke is really good.
I know. I started. Literally, I randomly just decided to play as Anakin, and I was like, you know, I'll change from Obi-Wan, or like I can't remember who else was my main, or I thought was my main. I started playing Anakin, and I was like, wow, this is a lot better. I'm like, I think he's really cool.
Yeah. We're actually thinking we're gonna start either streaming or just making YouTube videos of us playing some Battlefront with just some like. It's basically just me us playing, and you're gonna hear us because if you literally heard Mike's mic. It's literally me fucking screaming at the top of my lungs.
Seriously, you're like, oh, bro!
Or I get like, are you fucking kidding? Like screaming so loud.
I just get the thing with me when I get angry or if I'm getting really into a game, I get so silent. Or sometimes I'll just be silent. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on? I feel like I get really serious.
It doesn't even get like it doesn't even phase him.
It does. Sometimes it does. Sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? Well, like you like scream and I'm just sitting there like motherfucker, like mumbling under my breath.
I get so angry. It makes me even more frustrated when my right trigger doesn't like work correctly.
I know. See, I don't know if that's the game or something because it's happening to me too.
I don't think it's the game. I think it's just because they're landing the hits first, so you're not able to get your hit off. But that kind of makes sense.
Well, that's the thing is that they hit me, but like my lightsaber literally swings, and I see a hit marker, but it looks like their health doesn't go down, and all of a sudden I just fucking die. I'm like, what happened? Yeah. What happened here?
But anyways,
But how's it going for you, sir?
I mean, it's pretty much the same. The only new thing is
CPR.
Oh my god, yeah, that's fucking awful.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Personal trainer thing, like I was supposed to go take a test somewhere and go get a CPR certification at the end of May and be all done with that and be set to go for my career. And this COVID thing happened.
Excuse me, this is your career, sir. Quit that right now.
Screw that. But COVID happened, and now I have to take the test in my house, which I love. I was like, sweet, I'm going to fucking cheat. No, I didn't want to cheat. I got to keep my dignity, you know?
True. The honor.
Feel
the Bushido code.
Like, I wouldn't be studying right now if I was just going to cheat.
Right.
But I guess I have to have, like, a prompter with me. Some guys are going to be watching me, which isn't really that big of a deal. You just fucking take the test.
Do they like, come to your house or some shit?
No, they, like, watch me through the webcam, which is even creepier.
That's even creepier. He's just like, hi. You just hear, oh God!
See, like baby oil on his hand. He's like,
you look up. You look up. He's like,
I'm done
don't
with the test.
worry about me.
5 more minutes. Review your answers.
I've got you for 5 more minutes.
But I mean, that was fine. I'm like, whatever. And then I have to take a CPR online thing. I'm like, oh, thank God, I don't have to go in somewhere. Come to find out, I have to purchase a $100 course.
Great.
With I was gonna get it free because my dad's a police officer and he can get it for free for like the paramedics or whatever.
Yeah, like the doll or whatever.
So I have to pay for $100 and I have to get the doll shipped to my house.
Dude, the dolls are expensive, so you're lucky that you're fucking
I'm gonna cut the
it.
face off and.
Yeah, I was gonna say just like The Office.
Yeah.
First I was afraid, I was petrified.
I need to rewatch The Office.
I know, The Office is great. It's off. I think they're taking it off of Netflix soon. So
you own it. That's okay.
Yeah, we own it.
Yeah. But and then I have to like learn everything, and then I have to same thing, pull up my webcam and have some weirdo watch me and assess me do it. And then
the scene is safe. Compression. Deep in form.
But
hello, can you hear me? Don't you have to do that first or some shit, like smack them or something?
I haven't even started, dude. I'm starting Monday. I'm gonna have to set it all up.
Don't you have to ask for permission? Like if they're like somewhat conscious, I think it's
dude,
be like.
I don't just stop.
I'm pretty sure you have to be like.
Just, dude, I'm a comic book seller now.
Oh yeah,
I have a bunch of fucking old comic books that like I don't want to keep that aren't part of my.
You're gonna plug your eBay account? Maybe people want to buy from you.
If you guys want to go on eBay, I am currently. If you're interested, I mean, I could literally just message the Instagram Half Past Sheev podcast. I'm selling Death of Wolverine 1, 2, and 4. Or those are the ones still for sale.
That's awful. 1, 2, and 4.
Third was sold.
Oh, that makes sense. I was gonna say I thought you were just selling the collection of 1, 2, and 4.
No, they're being sold separately. So because I got to make my money. But I did. I'm selling.
Andrew's not giving us any more than Cheeto money right now.
Dude, the day's coming for the Cheetos. but I'm selling Batman Convergence 1 and 2. I'm selling then a bunch of the Batman Rebirth beginning issues, and I have a ton of them that are unopened, so it's just fucking... I'm selling probably for like $1 each on those. I just sold a bunch of fucking New 52 Justice League comics for like $2 each.
Nice.
I'm shipping it out Monday to the motherfucker.
What if he's a listener? Why did you just call him that, bro? He's gonna be hurt.
It's not
His
an
feelings gonna
insult.
be hurt.
He's a lovely man. I sent him a message.
I know,
I sent him a message shipping it out Monday. He said okay.
Oh, did you? He was like, oh, nice.
Well, because I was gonna do it today. My mom took the car all day.
How did you get paid? So how do they do that?
I don't know. I just popped in my PayPal account.
Oh, because you had PayPal though.
Because he paid for shipping too. So.
Okay, but you made PayPal though, right? Like you had a PayPal.
Yeah,
you
I
had
have
to
a
make
PayPal.
a PayPal account. Okay, I was gonna say like how because I've never sold.
Yeah,
or
and then when I pay for the
bought
shipping,
anything.
it takes the money out of my PayPal. So it's just like he gives me the money for the shipping, so I only got the money for the comics. But that was cool. And what I found on eBay is graphic novels are so cheap on eBay.
I know. I've been looking at Midtown Comics just to kind of buy one, just cause. Like I was looking at some.
I'm telling you, if
to be honest, I'm looking at Iron Fist ones. Don't hate me, but they look.
Iron
It sounds
Fist is
really
cool.
interesting.
I told you. Iron
I
Fist
just
is
looked
cool.
up like best Iron Fist, and people were like, "This is actually supposedly one of the like main graphic novels you should read if you're planning on reading any Marvel graphic novel." I'm like, "Oh, okay, interesting." So I was gonna buy it, but I looked at Midtown Comics. It was like $40. I was like, maybe
Probably find
not.
it for half on eBay. The way I love the New 52, right? Well, they have a ton of paperback graphic novels. They're volumes. If the story went from start to finish in the New 52, they have like 7 volumes, I think. They usually go for like $10 to $16 on Amazon or buy them new. So on eBay, I've been able to find some very cheap. But I was winning one for a Batgirl Death of the Family graphic novel. I was gonna maybe get, I think it was like $5 shipping, and I was gonna buy it for like $2, so it's $7. I'm like, that's a good deal.
Right, I was gonna say that was a pretty good deal.
Then the motherfucker outbid me to like $4. I'm like, I don't give a
That's
fuck.
the thing
I don't
about
give a fuck
eBay.
I don't give a fuck anymore because now I could just buy it new for that price.
Right.
You're dumb. You're literally fucking dumb for buying that.
And that's the thing that bothers me with eBay is that a lot of times like you'll be like doing a normal
No. You just
biz
have to
that
be smart.
makes sense.
No, you have to be smart about it.
No,
because
understand. No, don't get me wrong.
I can find steals. Like there's a guy selling. I have Nightwing Volume 2 already, but Nightwing Volume 1 and 2 being sold for 99 cents for both of them with like $2-something shipping. So I'm basically paying $3 for the first volume, which I would do anyways, and I'm getting the second one, and then I'm gonna resell the second one for maybe like $5.
Right. So which means you're already gonna make your money back.
Yeah.
For what you want.
So I'm basically getting it for free then.
Right.
Which that's a steal. I also bought. I've gotten 2 graphic novels already. I've gotten too much.
But in
Dude,
your
I've
case,
ordered
it's
so much.
different. Because for me, for what I've been looking at like technology.
Yeah,
and
that shit.
technology is way different.
Yeah.
Especially because, to be
Well,
honest,
I'm
before I
talking
bought my
about if you're in
MacBook,
the-
I was going to buy a used MacBook.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, I was like, oh, $600 for a used, pretty, somewhat newer MacBook. I'm like, not bad. Not bad. Because it was perfect condition. That fucking bid went all the way up to like $1,700 or some shit. I'm like, bro, you can buy a brand new fucking MacBook Pro for like $300 more. That's better.
Yeah, no,
like, why don't you just do that?
I totally get what you're saying.
It's just like, be smarter and let me just fucking buy it for cheaper then.
This one guy bought. You could have bought on Amazon brand new for cheaper, and you can return it for free if you don't like it.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
You can read it and then return it if you want.
And I feel like some people just do it on purpose. I feel like just go in and just overbid, because that's the thing with eBay too. Some people just overbid and then just don't pay the bid, and it's like, fuck you. And it's like they just ruined it for no apparent reason.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Oh my god! But I've actually bought a lot lately.
Yeah?
So I bought 2 from this guy. I spent $9 on Batman Black Mirror, which is written by Scott Snyder. I fucking love that one. I bought it for $9 and paid $3 shipping, alongside with another one from the same seller. That you can actually see it from there. It's a Joker one. It's called Joker.
That looks really cool.
I actually don't remember the writer, because I always knew of the book, but I never read it because I don't know, it didn't look too appealing. But they redid the cover and it looks really cool, and I'm actually currently reading it. It's really cool so far. It's like the Joker is like quote unquote sane and gets out of the Arkham Asylum, but he's like still the Joker, but he kind of
Right.
like fooled him, and he's like a crime boss.
You said sane, right? Because I thought you said quote unquote insane. I'm
No,
like, yeah,
sane.
but wouldn't he want to stay there then?
Yeah. It's a cool book. I got that for $6, so that was a fucking good value for both of those. I just won a bid for like a shit ton of graphic novels for $20.
Yeah, didn't you say like 30 or some shit
No,
like
it's
that?
not. I didn't get 30. I got
I thought it
Batman.
was 30
Batman
minutes.
like Last Son or something. I mean Superman Last Son. Excuse me.
Say Batman Last Son.
No,
Oh.
Superman. I'm probably just gonna throw it. I'll probably resell it. Honestly, I don't
Yeah.
want it. I'm getting Batman Year One, which is one I would love to have. Batman, one of the best stories. Batman Long Halloween, one of the best stories. I'm getting that. Batman Earth One. It's a newer story, really good one. It's about Earth One because the Batman we know is Earth Prime, so it's like a different Earth Batman. It's a really cool one. New 52 Batman and Superman. That's like I wouldn't buy that myself, but getting
Right.
it, yeah, cool. That,
Yeah, if you're just
that'll
getting
go
it
on
as
the
part
shelf.
of a deal, I can go like, why not?
Yeah, for sure. And then I know there's another really cool one that I'm getting.
I think you told me about another one as well before.
What is it?
I don't remember. I'm saying I remember you telling me about a different one.
I know I'm getting some more.
Are you getting
but
some like Batgirl one or Batwoman one? I think you told me about that
no,
one
no.
before.
I think that's the one that they outbid for like a
Oh,
reasonable price.
yeah, you're right.
And then I'm getting these 2 random Nightwing ones, and I know there's one more, but I can't remember it. I'll probably post on the story. I've been posting them on my the Instagram story.
Right.
These random Nightwing books. I'm like, what are these? I looked up on Google best Nightwing stories, and the one that I'm getting is one of the top Nightwing stories. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like the guy that wrote the Nightwing, I'll talk about it later, is like one of the top writers to ever write Nightwing.
Oh shit.
But actually, one of the books I can tell looks in terrible shape. The one of the Nightwings, I could see tape on it, which I don't care if that one's in terrible shape. All the other ones look good, and I'm praying they all look good.
We're gonna
There's
get them.
no
They're all gonna
reason.
be like fucking ripped to shreds.
I'm gonna have to cut
Like, this
eBay.
picture was taken 3 days before, when my dog came in.
But I mean, the last thing I fucking bought was just with the money I made selling those comics. I bought new comics to almost complete my childhood collection of the New
Oh, shit.
52, and I just completed the different ones. So yeah, I spent a lot of money. I fixed my credit card though, so I used my credit
Hey,
card. I just keep
perfect.
swiping and nothing happens.
Yeah,
dude.
my money
No
stays in my
charges.
bank account.
It's sweet, homie. It's
wonderful.
like something called like a score of credit or something's going down. Who needs that?
Yeah, right. Who needs that one? You can just keep using it.
Dude, I know. Fuck, man. But
What the hell does maxed mean?
I don't know. I honestly don't even know what that means.
Oh god. But
But yeah.
besides that, I think that would wrap up our episode. Sound about right?
Really?
to you?
How fucking long has this been?
This is 33 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, went by fast.
This did go by fast.
Went by
We just
super
kind of
fast.
shot the shit and...
We did. Hey, we're shooting shit. There's one thing I want to mention before we completely end it. I'm actually going to mention coronavirus for a second here.
Okay.
We all might be getting a second stimulus check, but like everybody is supposed to get it, which would be really really cool. I just wanted to throw that out there in case everybody didn't know, because I just fucking found out today, and it's supposed to like in the process of being like put through as a bill. We're supposed to like everybody like even if you're dependent or not, you're supposed to just get like $1,200 or some shit,
Oh my
which
God,
is
that'd be wonderful.
beautiful.
Spend it all on eBay.
Yes.
Dude, if I get that stimulus check,
computer.
I'm going to buy Maul's lightsaber from...
Are you, dude? You know how expensive that's gonna be
Well,
though, because
I will
nobody's going to Galaxy's Edge.
eventually
Oh, okay.
buy Maul's
Let's say because nobody's going to Galaxy's Edge, and they're gonna be fucking charging a lot. Probably the same, because I need to get fucking a lightsaber. Actually, the lightsaber piece to Kylo Ren's lightsaber, and that's if I look on there now. Before it was like $80, is why I kind of held off. It's probably gonna be even more. It's probably gonna be like fucking 150. I don't know if it actually will be, but that's my guess. But besides that, it's your boys, Mike and Frank. We didn't do that in the beginning. Half Past Sheev, if you guys didn't
Ryan
already
Johnson has clouded our judgment.
True. Fuck, dude. Frank, take it away. You always do the honors of telling
Thank you
them.
for listening.
No. Follow us, bro. You gotta do your whole follow thing.
Oh, yes. Excuse me.
It's alright, we're both fucking tired.
Loving the Suntory.
Oh, yes.
Um,
Taking you to different kinds of places.
yeah, thanks for listening, guys. I know we didn't go as topic-y as we usually will. I think that'll be more on the docket for next week. We're going to probably bounce between more topics. So I'll research some things for us to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
But we had a big rant to go over, and then we just kind of talked about our weeks and daily shit.
Yeah.
And I just ranted about eBay for a while.
It's alright. I mean, eBay is a great place. So
It's great and a horrible place. It's
Yeah,
kind of
it's
like
both.
Luke's Island. It has like beautiful and then terrible.
and then fucking green alien titty milk. Yummy.
Dude, I remember when I made blue milk for
that
season
was gross.
7?
No, I was kidding. It was actually pretty good. It was like, it was milk. It was literally
Yeah, it was just milk.
blue milk.
It's just kind of gross.
It's just milk
though.
gross because you're thinking this was white and now I'm drinking a lot of blue dye.
It looked really cool, though.
It did look really cool.
Anyways, make sure to follow us on Instagram for all of our updates and our memes. The Instagram has not been as active lately, but it's going to be popping this next week.
Oh,
so
shit.
make sure to pop on it.
I'm going to be uploading to YouTube on time. So
We're just two fucking idiots running a podcast, so just stick with us.
listen, I've been fucking working every day, basically. I'm sorry.
What do you think? Should we just randomly shoot out top 5 right now? Top 5 animated battles?
Animated battles of what?
Star Wars.
Done. Go. You
This
first, because I don't know.
You heard it here first. This the vote. You're gonna vote on the Instagram.
I thought you were saying we were about to, like, shoot the shit right now.
No.
I was like, that's fucking on the spot, bro. I didn't know we were that improv now.
No. We gotta fucking wrap this episode up. On the Instagram, we're gonna be doing a top 5 this week, and I'm hoping we can do Culture Corner.
I know, we keep saying,
We should fit it in.
and
We should fit it. I really want to watch Dragon Ball. I love it a lot.
Well, I have a few days off this week, so we should
perfect.
have
We should totally
plenty
watch.
of
We should
time.
just binge it one night. And
Dude,
be done with
Battlefront 2, Dragon Ball Z. You say binge it in one night, you know how fucking long that show
it.
is?
No, I mean like just binge a decent amount of.
Oh, okay, I was saying, because you have like 190 episodes to go.
Yeah, right. And make sure to go on the Instagram. We got top 5 animated battles
Star
in
Wars.
Star
animated
Wars.
battles,
So Rebels and Clone Wars, and I
Right.
mean not Resistance aren't.
Obviously, we're putting in
Obviously,
Resistance.
it's all the best.
They have all of the best flights.
But yeah, make sure to fucking follow us on Instagram. Check out our what's next. We're on fucking Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify,
Anchor,
we're on Anchor, we're on
YouTube,
fucking everything.
Please subscribe to YouTube. We
YouTube,
need
subscribe to
more
YouTube.
subscribers.
Like us, ring the bell, comment. Let us know what's wrong, what's great, what you love, what you hate.
Our YouTube viewership has fallen, and I mean it's probably because I've been also uploading it halfway into the week, and I apologize, but please come back.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's it.
No, I think that's good. I think we're good.
So, in the wise words of the great Emperor Sheev Palpatine.
Except for in Battlefront 2, fuck him in that game.
Oh my god, he is awful. He just
Awful. He just melts you.
Yeah.
He just keeps
my
fucking
God,
flying away and
I fucking
melting you.
Hate him.
Oh,
My
God.
god, I just want to shoot him in the head.
Do it! Do it!
See you guys next week. Thanks for watching,
you next.
listening. Excuse me.
Whoa.
Excuse me, boys.
On YouTube, they technically